Hi, I'm Chris, and this time I'd like to show you a version of a fun and easy wet-on-wet watercolor tree. Let's dive right in. I'm going to start by painting around this very simple tree I've sketched out. I've kept it really light. It's just a basic shape that is very easy to sketch, and I'm going to continue on with my Viviva Fall color sheets, watercolor paints. I'm going to go ahead and grab the pastel blue, and I'm going to wet a portion of my paper. If you've been watching me long enough, you'll know I live in the desert and my paper dries super fast. So I'm going to do this a portion at a time. I like to leave little areas in between the blue just to kind of show off some white puffy clouds. Quite have enough water. So I'm just going to go through and just squiggle my brush here and there, leaving some spaces as clouds. I'm going to stop right there because I'm creating a horizon line to show the ground. And now it's time to change to a light brown on the bottoms. I'm using the earth brown and just thinning it out quite a bit. This is already dry. If it wasn't, I would start up here, but I'm going to go ahead and do my trunk next. I'm going to go ahead and use the tree bark brown this time. And I've never really stayed true to the earth and tree colors before, but I thought it would be fun to give it a shot and see what happens. That's a very nice start. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the wet on wet here on the top, staying away from this until it's dry. Now for this, I'm going to use the same technique I used for the leaves and the circles, and I'm just going to drop color in this tree, just the same autumn colors I was using before. That is pretty fun and colorful. I love how these branches fade into the trees like they're disappearing. I am going to move on to the next part of the project, which is the leaves on the forest floor or yard floor, wherever this tree happens to be. I'm going to go through all my colors, but the first one I'm going to do is my dusk orange. I'm just going to literally put dots all over the page. I'll keep them somewhat even, but I'm not going to be too precious or exact with them. I'm just dabbing the paper with my orange. I'm changing the direction of my brush a little bit so they don't all look the same. And I'll move on to another color. I'm not really waiting for them to dry because I don't mind if they all run into each other at this stage. And I'm just standing back and just looking at this and just adding some more color. This is a time just to play with the colors. I want it really concentrated. Like there's just piles of leaves you can just jump in. So I want this to look really full. And I'm very happy with how my tree came out. I love these crazy textures in here. And now I'm going to just add a few more branches with my tree bark brown. I think that looks great. You can see how simple this painting is to complete. It's just a lot of fun. It's great brushstroke practice and just loaded with colors. After looking at this, I've added a few little lines for texture on top of the tree, some darker brown than what I had. And I think I really like that. So I want to bring it all the way up. So I'm going to take some full concentrated tree bark and just use the tip of my brush to add some very dark lines here and there, just here and there, just to allude to that tree bark texture. And we're done. I hope you enjoyed that painting. You can try it with different sets of colors to experiment and see how it turns out each time if you'd like. It's a really fun project to experiment with. If you get a chance to paint this project, I would love to see your version in the private Facebook group community so we can see what fall colors you're loving this year. You can also post your questions in the group, which is a safe space for you to share your projects and your thoughts, or in the comments below. You'll find a link to join us in the description. If you're just finding this watercolor painting channel on YouTube, I have a watercolor painting challenge that you can join for free. You'll get access to the lessons, the full color workbook, the Facebook group community I spoke about before, and an online challenge hub, all for free. So you don't want to miss it. There's a link to sign up in the description. And when you share your artwork in the group, you might even see it featured in one of these videos. Next time, we'll paint a fall forest together. And if that video is already live, you can click on the screen to watch it now. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate it if you would hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos as they come out. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.